Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Netters Network Thursday Things. I feel a little bit weird right now because normally I have an earphone in so I can hear the music and stuff, the countdown and all that. And Troy and I were talking to us. Why do we have earphones in? It's just the two of us. It's not like we have a guest on.
Yeah, I mean we're literally able to talk right to each other. There's nothing we need to hear. But what we do need is what we would need anyway. It's a sound check from all you guys to let us know that we're coming through okay on your end.
Yeah, Matt just let me know I was echoing because I didn't mute myself again once I put myself back in.
My fault for not having my earphone in, and because I would have heard that.
Yeah, well, my computer got weird. I guess the battery is near the end of its useful life, and so my computer turned off in the middle of me doing things. So when I came back into StreamYard because it kicked me out, I forgot to mute myself. So thank you for letting me know that. So good. We sound good. Oh, Nate, are we still echoing?
He's on the delay, so
okay.
He'd already fixed it by the time he'd hit it and sent.
Okay. So hopefully we're not doing that anymore.
And hopefully I haven't.
Okay, Matt Cheatwood said all good now.
Yep.
Okay, well, start off the way we usually do. Hi, how y'all doing? Let me introduce, of course, my favorite killer. You know this, the guy in the bar, the love of my life, Troy Pacelli. How are you doing tonight, sweetie? And what are you sipping?
I am doing well, thank you. I'm sipping out. Well, I'm just about to finish.
I can fix that.
Yes, you
can.
Right.
Okay, did you go through a already? There's only 2 left.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess so. I was thirsty. But I see you put down yourself as a guest, and you should not do that. You'll go blind.
Yeah, I don't know what drug he's on, so I'm drinking a Meyer brand sparkling water, berry flavor. It's actually very refreshing. I find that the berry flavors are the most flavorful. I've tried some of the other ones and they just did not taste as good. Mm-hmm. Either the flavor wasn't there or it just tasted ick. So yeah, the berry flavor seems to be really good. Because I tried there was an orange one. There was another one that was kind of grapefruity. Where that one wasn't horrible, but yeah, definitely not one of my faves. So I stick with berry as much as possible. Okay, before we get into things,
right?
Let me say hello to the chat.
Hello
First up, of course, was a Lady Myst at 4:30 p.m. Wow, you're super early. And not only does she say hello to me with the pretty hearts and flowers, she's saying hello to Troy. And Mark Milnikoff. Here I are.
Here I are.
Jesse Hardo. Yeah, there's that netter person, flirting with that lost call guy. Let's see. And then we got the last call guy flirting back with the netter person. We got Connie Clary in the chat. Hello, sweetie. And J. Pair page 1. Tired midnight blogger raid. Woo! Matt Sheepwood, how you doing, sweetie? Scrolling. And there's the tired midnight blogger himself. For the selfie. I'm not hearing myself in my ear. Deleted scenes giving his salute. How you doing, sweetie? Scroll. Space Bravo. Troy, how you doing, sweetie?
Howdy.
I got this penchant for liking guys with the name.
Yeah. Exactly.
Let's see. So scroll. Geek Flag with Nate Knows. Your voices are echo. Well, that was before. We fixed that. FKHC 2005, also known as Tim. How you doing, sweetie? And did I say hi to Connie Clary? If not, hi, Connie. Hey, Boomer, how you doing, sweetie? My chat likes to jump, so I'm trying to go slow.
An aged boomer was probably seeing I was busy today getting new streams up.
Okay, this is sweet. Space Virgo says, Nutter, my lady, me lady.
Yeah, me lady.
Me lady. Okay. That seems to be, oh, no, I almost missed Big Al. How you doing, sweetie?
Hey.
Just made it under the wire.
So this Saturday, Big Al has a watch party of the original Psycho. It's what's it called? It's
Halloween week.
Elf Hitchcocktober.
Yeah.
Hitchcocktober. And I went to the shelf and I'm looking for Psycho. I can't find my Psycho. And Netter's like, I'm right here. I'm like, no. I mean, I couldn't find my disc. Forgot that because I have all of the Psycho films, I have them in a custom case that I was planning on showing off at some point this month for on Deleted's channel, Other Side of Midnight. He hadn't gotten around to it, but I had them put aside, so I got it. I'm all set. The audio is still coming out a bit.
Let's see.
Problem is, I can't hear our own audio, even if I had my earphones in, because
well, I can't. So let's
you
can't in mine. So I can hear
see what's going wrong. I will check and see if there is something wrong on the StreamYard side.
Yeah, I think maybe if we put the mic just a little bit closer to you.
Closer to me?
Slightly.
Okay.
Because I'm hearing it. It's like we are kind of going in and out, not like completely. It's not like a blank space. It's kind of like starting to say a word and it kind of gets a little warbly and then it comes back to normal.
You know what I'm going to do? Let me turn off the echo cancellation. Does that help any?
Oh, yeah. There we go. Okay, now you can put the mic back by me, or closer to me.
Okay.
That close?
Well, okay.
And turn up the volume because now I can't hear it very well.
Turn it up a little louder.
There we go.
Crank the speakers, grab a beer. Okay.
Okay, and I think I dropped my Hi Sweeties, the printed version, in the chat for everyone. If I did miss you, please let me know because I got to put my Hi Sweeties in there. Maybe I need to turn my own volume's at 100%.
No, let me go to the system sound settings. This is actually a good thing for tonight's topic. You kind of get a little bit of a peek behind the curtain. Microphone, yeah, I could crank it up a little bit. I'll go 89. I think that's about as high as we want to go. How's that?
That's better, yeah.
Good.
Okay. JPRPH1 said, I will turn it up on my end. Woohoo!
Yes.
Yeah, so apparently that, what was it, echo canceling was causing issues.
Yeah.
Okay. As previously mentioned, it's just me and Troy tonight.
So you saw in the what do you call it? Thumbnail or whatever you want to call it. I used a graphic not to get us off on Buffy the Musical, but where do we go from here? So we've been talking a lot about our channels and, well, actually, let's face it, this show, this particular night, is usually for other guests from other channels that we bring on to talk about their channels, promote their channels, together we grow and all that.
Exactly.
But tonight, we were going to talk a little bit about our own channels. You guys have been with us a long time. You guys know all the stories about how we started. Been around for what, like 3 years now? Something crazy like that.
Yeah, it's like I was just looking at my videos because I need to add some to playlists. And let's see, wait, where's my videos? So my very first video was September 29th, 2020. And that's when I did my box folding video. And I got started on YouTube. So, yeah, it's been a ride.
So I think everybody knows kind of how this works. If you aren't, putting regular content out and trying to get stuff going on YouTube, just from listening to some of your favorite YouTubers, you've probably kind of gotten the idea that I say we all harass Troy about how they YouTube. Their strategies, how they make the thumbnails and all the cool graphics and music. Yeah.
Oh, that part is Troy. He does, I don't know where he finds it. He gets the music. He puts the thumbnails together. A lot of times he'll do them totally from scratch. And it's like, how did you find this picture? How did you do this? And it's like, oh, well, I found a sort of picture of this, and then I completely altered it.
Oh, Geek Flag is really trying to get me started. The battle's done, and we kind of won, so we'll sound our victory cheer.
Tell me,
where do we go from here?
Have we shown Buffy the Musical?
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
We did back in the bees.
Oh, right.
And welcome, Logical Spark. Hey peeps, what's cracking? How you doing, my friend? But I think you probably know from all of the other YouTubers, you get a little bit of a peek behind the curtain. In order to become monetized, there's certain criteria that you got to hit. You need to hit that infamous 1,000 subscribers, which both Netta and I have done.
Long time ago.
And now you have to get to a certain number of watch hours per year. Okay, I'm going to get a little geeky math here. Okay, so it's per year, the last 365 days. So what happens is, however many how many watch hours I have today, it's going to take into account everything that was watched today, and then it's going to drop off 366 days ago. You see what I'm saying? So that total for the last three. So if I had a day 365 days ago where I just got a ton of watch hours in that day, that's going to fall off. And I have to match that or exceed it now to, grow past where I'm doing. So the fact is, I am doing that. I've added new shows in the past year.
Yes, Matt Cheatwood. That is a rolling year. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. It's a rolling year. In other words, it's the last 365 days. It's not, for example, a calendar year. That would make it so much easier. You're absolutely right. So there could be a day where, and this just happened to me because today is Thursday. I didn't have a stream yesterday, so I actually went down in my year of watch time because...
Oh, maybe or maybe not, because
no,
what
I still did. I still did.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah.
Because what I've been doing is I have a tab open in incognito mode, and I'm watching Troy's channel like 24/7 on my laptop, but in incognito mode, so I don't have to log in as me. I can just be a stranger, and then this way he gets those watch hours as well. Because if I log in as me, it's like I can only watch so much before it's like, oh, it's you. Yeah. But if I do incognito, that changes every single time I go into incognito mode. I'm a different person.
Yeah, I'll get to the cheats in a bit, but real quick, I wanted to acknowledge. Did you know that Anthony Stewart Head, Giles from is currently on stage doing the Rocky Horror Picture Show playing Frankenfurter? I did not know that. I did know, however, that he is a very prolific stage musician. I also know that his brother is Murray Head, the One Night in Bangkok guy from back in the 80s.
Yep.
So, and he's Anthony Stewart Head, for those of us of a certain age, remember him from the, what were those coffee commercials? It wasn't Sanka, it was, actually I don't remember what it was, some coffee commercial. And each commercial was like another stage in this relationship he and this gal were building, and you never got any resolution on it. They canceled the series before. I'm talking about it like it's a show. But anyway, so yeah, so the whereas your subscribership, is for the most part, pretty static and generally goes up unless people actually actively, stop subscribing to you, or YouTube unsubscribes you because he believes he, as if YouTube is a person. YouTube unsubscribes you because it thinks you're a bot or something like that. That happens sometimes. But by and large, I'm watching without even trying, without, reaching out and trying to get more people to subscribe and whatnot. I am seeing some, little bit of organic growth. But the watch time is a little bit more difficult. You gotta grind more and more and more to try and reach that. And I know a lot of you guys have actually been helping out with that. I know that you've been trying to help Netter get to her minimum. And let me speak to that portion for a second. So I got monetized earlier in the year when I got to 3,000 watch hours in the year, and it continued to climb from there. That minimum threshold gives me the ability to get super chats, memberships, super thanks, that kind of stuff, right? And there's some other little tools that you get behind the scenes, as in the creator studio and stuff like that, which are nice. But those are the main things. What it doesn't provide me with is, and this one really bugs me, I'm going to get off on a little tangent here, it doesn't provide me with ad dollars. So if you guys are watching a stream or you're watching one of my videos or something and you see a commercial, I get $0 for that. It all frickin' goes to YouTube. And I have a real problem with this whole concept of, they make money off of our content and we don't.
Yeah.
Until you get to a certain hoop that you jump through that they give to you. I am a robot. Beep, beep. Or is it beep, bop, boop? We're going to be talking more about Gina Carano on Sunday, I think, over on Geeky Geezers. But yeah, so I'm at that point now. I'm getting close to that 4,000, but it's slippery. Like the way Matt put it, the sliding scale, right? It's a bit of a challenge. And we're just getting Netter to that point, that minimum. So,
yeah. And I've actually started doing the jumping through the hoops bit. I've actually hit 3,000 watch hours.
Yep.
So thank you.
She's very excited about that. Thank you, every single one of you that was helping do the grind, playing her videos in the background and stuff. Super appreciate that. So yeah, she's at that point.
Yeah, so I clicked on apply. It seemed relatively easy. It's like, okay. And then I was like, okay, what do I have to do next? So it tells me I have to have an AdSense account. I'm like, okay. So I click on that to to set up the AdSense account. And it tells me at first, okay, we're reviewing your account. Then it tells me I'm rejected. And it's like, what? Why am I rejected? And then it sends me an email. And the email says, I'm not in line with their guidelines or some garbage like that. So I was like, okay, what's wrong? What's the issue? So apparently I already had an AdSense account open that I didn't even know about. So I had to close that. So I can tell you, step one is easy. It's basically just reviewing the basic terms and saying, I accept or I acknowledge, and you're done. Step two is setting up your AdSense with YouTube. I have canceled the other AdSense account. It told me that it was canceled. I tried again. I got another email telling me that, where I'm being reviewed. Then I'm rejected because I'm not following the guidelines. I'm like, what the heck am I missing now? My account is closed. I even got the little screen that says your account is closed. Go back into the little, or click on the little button, and it's telling me now I need my tax information. They're not telling you need this. They want you to try and figure this out without them telling you.
And what's even more ridiculous is they tell you what you need, but they don't tell you how to submit it. It's not like they give you a link. Click here and go here and follow these instructions and upload this there. They don't do none of that stuff.
So, for example, right now I'm still stuck on step 2, and it says errors. So then there is a button that says Fix an AdSense for YouTube. So if I click on that, let me go there. It says we're reviewing your information. I've given them all my tax information. And then just because it hasn't said that it's being reviewed, I thought, well, let me click on the few things that are along the side that I can look at to see if there's anything else I can fill out or upload or whatever. So I go to payments, look at payment information. It's like, okay, it's telling me, obviously, I haven't earned anything yet because I'm not monetized. And right underneath that is verification check. Right in the middle of the screen, it says verify your identity. You may need to confirm your personal details to get your account ready to receive payments. Yeah. There's no button to click on. Yeah. There's nothing to upload. There's no form to fill out. I even kind of like, you know how you can make your screen smaller? Because sometimes there might be a button hidden just out of sight. Yeah, I minimized this thing down to 25%. No buttons, no nothing. It's not letting me see any buttons, any forms, anything. It's like, what am I supposed to do here? So one of the other pages I managed to find said, we may ask you to verify your identity if your earnings get to or above a certain amount. Something, okay, well, maybe it's not going to ask me for that verification until I actually start earning something. I keep going back to YouTube, and it keeps just saying error. It's like, what do you want me to do here? It does not tell me what is wrong. What are you looking for? What part am I missing? You know, it's not saying. It just says errors and then fix an AdSense. But then go into AdSense. I said it doesn't say fix this. We need this. Yeah, I mean, there's a note at the top that says check if additional text information is required from you. So I click on manage text information. It says all my text information is fine and has been accepted. So it's like, what do you want from me? I'm happy to give you what you want. You just need to tell me what you want. So I'm at an impasse right now because I don't know what it wants from me. And there doesn't seem to be any way to contact anybody, say, what do you want?
Yeah.
So this is really frustrating. I remember when Troy did this, yeah, there was some hoops to jump through, and he's like, okay, I need to have a bank account so they can send a tiny amount there to make sure that, everything works good. And so I need to give him like a routing number and that sort of thing. And that worked fine for him. They also told him that he needed to get a code in the mail. And then once he got that, he would put that in, and that would, further him along. It's like to prove his identity or whatever. I haven't even gotten that far. It will not let me set up the AdSense account. It's like, what is the major malfunction here? So if any of y'all are monetized and you know what the heck is going on here, please help me.
Yeah, and I remember I didn't have exactly the same problems that Netter was having, but I was having different ones. And I remember at the time talking with Deleted Scenes about it. He was like, "Yeah, it's a pain," and he went through some stuff too. It's pretty darn ridiculous.
It's like they want you to jump through hoops, but they won't tell you, go through this hoop, now go through this hoop, now go through this hoop. It's just like, here's a hoop, figure it out. Okay, am I supposed to go under the hoop, through the hoop, above the hoop, to the side of the hoop? I'm willing to give them whatever it is that they need, but this is just so frustrating. It's like trying to talk to a toddler and they're babbling and you're like, I don't know what you want. That's what this is.
Yeah.
I don't know what they want. It's like, oh my goodness. And hello to John Doe Juggalo.
Welcome. Yeah, it's
No, they don't seem to have customer service.
Yeah, there's zero customer service. I've noticed that, and it's not just the YouTube. It's I see it with the studio and whatnot too. All the different services. There is no phone number to call. There is no communicating with human beings. You are lucky if there is a chat to speak to. I guess even they don't even want to give you a robot to talk to. Apparently, it's absolutely frustrating, and it's very, very clear that they do not care. But I am starting to find out that platforms and studios are not all made the same. While I won't say by name for the same reason that Culture Casino and so many others don't, he refers to them as the Green Machine, the only real competitor to, or potential competitor to, this platform. You're monetized from day one, and they're really good at communication. They have customer service that it is by like chats and email and stuff, but they get back to you really quick, and you actually talk to, either you talk to the best damn robot I've ever talked to, or you're talking to a human being. So I'm actually going to start looking into their studio, because
StreamYard sucks.
Okay, so that's a whole other ball of wax, right? So I've been using StreamYard for the purpose of streaming. You set up the stream in StreamYard. You set up a studio where your panel can all come together. They can multi-stream out. You see that all the time where Netter is streaming out, I'm streaming out, and so forth. The same stream. Deleted Scenes does that too. Well, they in the middle of a term, and they have different tiers, right? So when you're free, apparently you can't have anyone else multi-stream with you. Okay, fine. If you have their basic package, you can have a certain number of people, a certain number of simulcasts. At a higher tier, you get even more, right? Okay, fine. Well, two things just happened at the beginning of the month. They increased the monthly fee by 80%, and they decreased what they were providing at each tier. Okay, fine. They're well within their right to do that, except I paid for a full year. I agreed to pay this price for this service, and they decreased the service that I'm getting. So now I can only stream to three different. If I do YouTube, the Green Machine, and X, then none of my panel can stream out.
Yeah,
it's freaking ridiculous. So I'm going to start looking at the built-in studio for Green Machine and see. And if I'm going to give money to anybody, I'll give it to them, because, like I said, they monetize me from day one.
He's got what, a whole $17?
No, it's gotten to be like, keep in mind I've been doing this for years now. It's gotten to like $50 or something like that. But keep in mind I have almost no followers over there, and I haven't been promoting that the way I have YouTube. So I don't know. I think I am going to have to start thinking about migrating my focus over to that platform, and I will be willing to pay for a higher tier on their studio if they have tiers like that. Monthly fee YouTube? No, not YouTube. StreamYard, the studio that I use to set up the streams in YouTube. Now, in YouTube, I could just do it live directly from YouTube, but it is bare minimum. It is just me, no panel, none of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
No ability to, sync up sounds between us and so forth, and raise and lower volumes and any of that kind of. It's just ridiculous. Yeah. The diabolical bastards. Yeah, it really is. Yeah. So that's kind of where we're at on all of this. Just doing a little venting about things that you normally wouldn't see or wouldn't hear about from your average YouTuber, but I just figure because of the nature of what this show is, you guys might be interested. And let's face it, you guys are really our partners in all of this, right? I mean, you guys literally, in my case, have financially supported me, through the super chats and stuff since I got monetized. You've been doing the grind to help Netter get her watch hours and everything. So I really do consider you guys partners in crime. Sure. I'll accept that too, but absolutely consider you guys to be partners. So I figure you guys might, enjoy hearing some of the details.
In fact, I'm even trying a different thing where it says, let me cancel that. For my step 2, it's like the two options I have are fix an AdSense for your YouTube or change association. I don't know what change association is, but I'm trying that now because I figure it can't make things any worse.
Ironically, the answer...
Oh, now it tells me I'm in progress.
Yeah, well, you were in progress the other day.
Yeah, I've been in progress like 4 times already.
I think what's going to be, you got to remember that's an automatic thing. Their bots are doing their thing. Ironically, what you're probably going to have to do is do a search for a YouTube video that some other creator has created to tell you what they did when they encountered this problem.
Well, right now it's saying in progress.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Let's see if this one sticks.
Cross your fingers.
So, basically, this is what you're going to do. Once you hit your minimum 3,000 watch hours, you're going to, if you want to be monetized, some people don't want to be, but if you want to be monetized, you're going to hit on, I think it's either says join or it says apply, something like that. So you're going to click on that button. And you should be warned because this bugged me. The scale that you have that shows your watch hours, that vanishes because now you get this new screen that says step 1, step 2, and step 3. Step 1 is review base terms. Basically, it's the terms of service. You kind of read through it, click a button that says, yeah, I acknowledge, and you're done with that. So step 1 is 2 seconds. Step 2, sign up for AdSense for your YouTube. If you already have an AdSense account, get rid of it because it's going to make you do it anyway. But if you don't have one, or maybe you have one and while you're doing this, it's like, oh yeah, let me cancel it now because I forgot about it. Try that change association button rather than fix in YouTube, fix in AdSense. Because right now it's saying it's in progress. So if this sticks and this works, that means it'll finally go on to step 3, which is get reviewed. And get reviewed says, YouTube will review your channel to make sure it complies with the YouTube monetization policies. We'll email you a decision usually within a month. It doesn't take that long. I think for Troy it took him less than a week.
Something like that, yeah.
This step will begin automatically after you complete the first 2 steps. Now, like I said, one of the things that they did require is they said, we can't monetize you until you put in this code, which we're going to mail you. So it's snail mail.
Yeah.
That
They
they're
need
gonna
to.
send you.
They want evidence that you live where you say you live.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Basically. So we had to wait a week for that. And then he was able to go in, put in the code or whatever. And then it was like, yay, he's set up. Something else that we did that people may not think about, for our bank account, I didn't want his YouTube money being mixed in with our regular money. So I created a separate checking account for Troy for YouTube purposes. I'm about to create another checking account for me for Netter's Network, because I've got one for Last Call, and I'm going to do one for Netter's Network. So anything that we make as revenue for YouTube goes into these accounts rather than being mixed in with our personal accounts.
What's your code? Drink Ovaltine? Nate says, I have a YouTube channel. I haven't done anything on for years, and now YouTube is showing commercials on my videos, and I'm not seeing a dime. So we have been talking about for a while, both we did shows on the Friday show and on Geeky Geezers, talking about the various entertainment strikes. Yeah, I saw that. Cross your fingers, cross your toes, pucker your butt, and blow your nose. That is a good one. I'd never heard that before, but that is kind of brilliant.
But yeah, I agree with this part. Oh, wrong one. This is the part where I usually walk away from the computer before I decide to punch it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I have been that frustrated over the last 2 days trying to do this.
But we've talked about how the recently there have been a number of entertainment industry strikes regarding revenue from streaming. And I have pointed out this is the exact same battle that actors and crew members and everyone behind the scenes has gone through to get their due, their portion of the pie, right? If you put in the effort and someone else is making money off of it, you deserve to make that money. Yeah, I'm willing to give them what they need. She means that the literal sense, what they need, not what they want, what they need.
Yeah.
But anyway, when I think originally it was the crew of the Gilligan's Island, when they syndicated Gilligan's Island and they started showing reruns. They're like, hey, if you're making money off of the shows we did, we only made money off it the first time around. We deserve a cut of the licensing fees, that you're making there. They had to go to court. They had to fight about it, and they won. Then a little bit later, I can't remember. Was it it was like the crew of Happy Days and Welcome Back Kotter and a couple of others sued because they're like, look, now you're using, not only are you making revenue off of the show and our work actually on the show, but you're using our likeness to make action figures and comic books and whatnot. And we deserve a portion of that too. Had to go to court, had to fight it out, right? So now, and it was the same thing when cable happened, because apparently that's not enough like syndicated television. But the same logic applies, so they had to sue for that too. And now it's the streaming services, and they're like, look, if you're gonna, be streaming, it's the same as television. We deserve our cut. And
absolutely.
And that one was a little bit more difficult because it's more difficult to say it's being showed this many more times. It's hard to get to what exactly the revenue is, and that's where the strike came in, because that becomes a matter of union negotiation. and saying, well, this is what we're demanding, or we're all going to stop working for you. And I've been saying for a while, there's going to come a point where these made up terms of service where these platforms can just do whatever they want, and you're screwed. No, sorry. There's going to end up being eventually a class action lawsuit.
Yeah.
For situations like what Nate was talking about and what I was saying too about the ad revenue. There's channels that YouTube has said, you know what, we're taking away your monetization and locking you out of your thing, but all of your content is still there and they can still monetize it. That's bullcrap.
Yeah, there's an Asian couple. I think they're boyfriend girlfriend. I don't think they're married.
MXR Plays, yeah.
And they had a couple of different channels, one for gaming, one for just chatting and that sort of thing. And YouTube closed down all of their channels and basically told them that if they try to stream, they would take them to court or something. And it's like, what? You're like, what's this?
Yeah,
nonsense?
they lost their ability to stream. They were making no revenue anymore, and basically all of their channels were defunct. So they said, screw it, and they just quit YouTube altogether and went straight to Patreon. Well, I'm not sure Patreon is the way I would go, but I get it, going to an alternate platform.
Real quick, I want to say, Curtis Selby needs 1,351 more watch hours for his basic monetization.
There you go.
I did pin to the top of the chat his channel, so if any of y'all want to do him the solid like you were doing for me,
Yep.
you can even do an incognito tab open and just play all.
Yep.
And have it running.
And I would encourage you too, Curtis. I know you're already the tired midnight blogger, but if there's another stream you can work in during the week, if you could take your live streams and do what I've been doing with Geeky Geezers and put them out as standalone videos, do it. It all helps. Cast at Three's company wasn't making any money on the lunchboxes and T-shirts. The had their fractal pictures on them. I don't know.
They had to take the studio to court because their pictures were on them.
Okay, yeah. But yeah, there's been a lot of, and keep in mind too, this was all fairly new in the 70s and 80s. This idea of merchandising something. Really, think about the Honeymooners. The Honeymooners, they played it once and you pretty much never saw it again, right? And it wasn't until years later when they needed to fill up space where they said, we could replay shows that we've done before. But there also weren't like action figures and, all kinds of merchandise that Jackie Gleason would have wanted to get a cut of. That didn't come until many, many years later. Because now, there actually are action figure. I don't know if you'd call them action figures, dolls, whatever you'd call them, of the characters from the Honeymooners. But yeah.
And it's like there's some chatter going on, and Curtis said thanks to me, and Space Vehicle says, "You bet, Curtis. When we cried at the movie Warm Bodies, we became brothers, man."
There you go. And
absolutely.
And Jesse says, "Troy as Super 7. Look, I got my issues with Super 7 too. Let me tell you, I think that they are way overpriced. They are not making enough." Okay. A little side tangent here. Those of you that don't know what Super 7 is, they're the company that does these retro style 5 POA action figures, kind of in the style of the old Star Wars Kenner figures, which is fine. And they're doing stuff that existed back then, stuff that didn't exist, whatever they can get a license for. In a way, they're kind of doing the same thing that Mego did for years. If I can get a license for it, let me put it out and see if there's anything to it. On the one hand, yes, these are collector's toys. These aren't toys that kids are going to want to play with. It's all nostalgia bait. They did Back to the Future, and they did I don't even remember what all they've done. And what's crazy is when they have a successful license, they should expand it as much as possible, right? Get Doc Brown and Marty and Biff in every outfit they were ever shown in, and put out, whatever. But what's crazy is they focus on like one or two characters, and they do that one to death, and you get like the creature from the Black Lagoon, the creature from the Black Lagoon in black and white, the creature from the Black Lagoon in glow in the dark, and it's like, how about maybe a character you haven't done yet, and then they're doing some very obscure stuff, like rock bands that I've never heard of and stuff like that, and really, niche cult films and stuff like that. And I'm like, well, that's great, but maybe get a license that people have been wanting figures for forever. Like, oh, I don't know, V. Everybody wants the V action figures. We saw them in the actual show.
Yeah.
But and then they're just way overpriced for what they are. I mean, you can get good Kenner style 5 POA action figures from Stan Solo, a boutique shop, for less than what Super 7 charges. It's crazy. It's just insane. And Stan Solo actually, listens to what the fans want and makes it, Okay, sorry. That's probably a video I should be doing on my own channel, but
I don't mind it when you rant.
You got me started, so I went ahead and shared about that. This was like in the 1990s when major railroads went after model train companies for using their emblems, and they copyrighted them, but was it a PR disaster for the railroads that did it? Yeah, I mean, but then again, it's a valid point, right? I mean, I get that. The B&O Railroad or whatever, they have a trademark, they have a brand name, they have to protect that brand name, and if somebody else is making money off of that, that's not right. You should have to license for that. I can't just go and use McDonald's, on, some product I put out or something. I'll get, sued into oblivion. And that's fair, right? But, yeah. So, anyway, that's just my little soapbox.
Okay. I know we're not at the point where we're wrapping up or anything, but I thought this was just kind of funny. I've been telling everyone that once I become monetized, I'm going to have Tom Conkle come on to the channel, and we're going to do a giveaway of Trouble Is My Business. And, of course, I haven't had a chance to look to see if I have anything else I can give away yet, so that might be for a different stream. But he was so eager to come on the channel, he wants to be on next week.
Oh, okay.
Even though I'm not monetized yet, I think what we'll do is we will have him on next week.
Sure.
And we'll do the giveaway for Trouble Is My Business. And then when I'm actually monetized, we'll have another giveaway, and I'll have a couple of different things that I can give away as presents to y'all. Because I just really do appreciate y'all so much. So many of you have had me on 24/7 on different medium. You've had me on your phones, your computers, your what do you call those things? Your pads and all these different things, just to help me out. And I cannot say thank you enough. There's no words that I can say that can show my appreciation. There just aren't the words for it.
Well, what we can do is we can say hi to Jesse Green, who just dropped in.
Hey, Jesse Green.
Thanks so much for being here. And I have to agree with Jesse Guajardo. The Super 7 reaction figures are like Funko Pops. I will give one caveat to that. Some of their figures aren't bad. Like I said, there's some figures that they've done that I'm like, okay, I could see being interested in that. But the problem is you try to collect them, and it's like, it's kind of like when you bought the Dune figures back in the 80s. You only got a small, sampling, and you're like, but I want all these other figures too. And then it just kind of dies. You want to really get into it, check out some recent videos that Retro Blasting has done about the history of Indiana Jones toys, and what a nightmare that's been between movies, changing the scale of the figures, not fleshing out the lines, never getting the figures you want. And then Hasbro starts doing them more recently, and they do even more boneheaded stuff. So yeah, I think I need to do some more toy videos, no doubt about it. But anyway, yeah, we probably are at that point where we should probably start thinking about wrapping up. And
I'm having fun.
I know. You are very welcome, Netter. You are a sweet soul. I love hearing the banter between you and Troy. That's Space Fraggle.
Aww.
You are sweet.
That's my other Troy.
Yeah, I mean, we'd be just having conversations like this, anyway.
Yeah, so hopefully this last thing that I did for the AdSense sticks, and it'll continue on in the process, and I will actually be monetized. But next week we will have Tom Conkle on, and we will be giving away a copy of Trouble Is My Business and getting an update on Island in the Stars.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's something to look forward to. So, what else do we have to look forward to? So right
DJ
after
Ronnie
this,
G just jumped into the stream.
Hey,
so
Ronnie!
that's what to look forward to.
Welcome. Good to see you, my friend. Does incognito mode watching content really work? Yeah. It doesn't recognize you as you, so for me watching my own channel in incognito window, that it qualifies.
I can't watch my own videos on my channel because it's like you're watching your own videos.
Right.
But I can watch them in incognito mode because I'm a non-entity in incognito mode. And if you actually want to for yourself, you can set up a separate YouTube account, just like a throwaway account, and watch them on that as well. And then you got 2 different places you can watch them.
What was it? I thought I saw another one that I wanted to comment on.
Yeah, so we're trying to give some helpful hints here on what the monetization process is like. And once you get to that point, and if you have questions, however, ask. We're happy to answer for you and help you to get moving forward. As I said, it's been a little frustrating because they have you jump through hoops but don't tell you what they want.
Yeah. So, where do we go from here? Well, if you stay right where you're at, you will automatically be going over to Deleted Scenes channel for his weekend update, where he's going to tell you everything he's got coming up through the weekend. Because it's a lot, and it's easier to just have a show dedicated to that. So that's coming up right after, well, not right after this. You will be sent there right after this. But then as soon as he gets going, because it's just how it goes. Yes. Because he doesn't know for sure when we're going to end the stream. See, that's the thing. We could be holding him up.
Yeah, I mean, we try to keep it to about an hour, but sometimes we get on a roll and it goes over. So
yeah. So that's still tonight, but then tomorrow night over on my channel, very interesting topic, again suggested by Aged Boomer, and I think you guys are starting to realize I've been saying that so much. I probably wouldn't have any shows on Friday if it weren't for Aged Boomer, because he comes up with all the great ideas. That's part of being the designated driver, I suppose. But Aged Boomer and I will be, and Netter. Netter doesn't know this, but I'm tapping her to talk about a couple of these topics tomorrow night. We're going to be talking about some of our favorite horror toys and games from when we were growing up. And I've already gotten a list to Aged Boomer and Netter. I'm going to want you to talk about the creepy crawlers and the incredible edibles. Yeah.
Well, those were actually my brothers, but yeah.
But you know about them, and you have a specific memory of them. I never had either of them. I do know some trivia about them, though, so we can talk about that tomorrow night.
Yes.
And... Oh, okay. Weekend update, 800th video special. Wow. Oh, that's right after, right after Thursday Things. Okay. Exactly. So there you go, guys.
John Doe Juggalo needs 132 more watch hours to get to 3K. I'm sorry, not watch hours, memberships.
Yeah. Let's get him to his membership goals.
Okay, wait a minute. I'm confused. Do you need 132 to get to 3K memberships, or to get to your 3,000 watch hours so that you can become monetized? Please clarify for me, because it's been a long day. My brain's a little confused. If you just mean 3K subs, that's amazing.
No.
Watch hours.
Well, unless you mean a different channel, because right now you are at 510 subscribers, so you're about halfway to where you need to be for monetization on that.
Okay.
But if you're talking about watch hours, that's pretty damn good for 510 subscribers.
He says 3K watch hours become monetized memberships. So you need 132 more watch hours to get monetized? Am I understanding that correctly?
Well, make sure you check out his channel. I've been subscribed for a while, but there's just so much going on. And I'm looking at his channel, I'm like, well, I'm going to actually save this one for later, to watch later.
And I'm trying to get him on Thursday Things, so,
Absolutely safe to watch.
Deleted scenes is just question marks.
So that's Friday night, 9 Central, 10 Eastern. We will be talking about horror toys. I mean, go look at the thumbnail. I've already put up all the things I'm planning to talk about. I don't even know what Aged Boomer's got on his list. So that'll be Friday night. Saturday night, I think I mentioned it earlier, over on Big Al Presents Films with Friends. He and Netter and I will be watching Psycho for Hitchcocktober. That's 9 Central over.
Honey, you don't need to call me that. I'm not that crazy.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. And then Sunday, all the things that you're going to hear about over on Deleted Scenes channel. And
I'm still convinced he never sleeps.
I know. Him and the Tired Midnight Blogger just don't sleep, and I'm going to end up the same way pretty soon. Sunday, Geeky Geezers, 8 Central, 9 Eastern. I will be co-hosting with Aged Boomer, talking about, like I said, we'll probably, although I haven't sent him an article yet, talking a little bit about a minor win for Gina Carano. The case is moving forward. It's not getting thrown out. A lot of people are speculating that at this point Disney may want to try to settle. We don't know if she would take a settlement, but we'll see what happens. I think she wants to get to Discovery, so we'll talk about that. We're also going to talk about some more game news, some more movie news, all that geeky stuff that we found interesting throughout the week. Wrapping it up with, at the end of the night, 11 Central, midnight Eastern, the other side of midnight over on Deleted Scenes channel. Monday night, very, very special Monday night at the movies for Last Call. We will be doing a Halloween double feature with returning guest and Halloween superfan, Sin of Sin's Corner. We will be watching the only 2 Halloween films that I acknowledge. The first one and Season of the Witch. Yes, in my headcanon, Halloween was meant to be an anthology series. It wasn't supposed to be sequel after sequel of the same story repeated over and over and over again. And it certainly was never meant to be a twist of plot, choose your own adventure.
Which is what it turned out
Which is what it's now become. So we are going to watch my two favorites, and Sin said she was pretty much okay with that.
Curtis Selby says, y'all don't seem to sleep much. Nope.
Exactly. Welcome, Sashi. I didn't notice you earlier if you were here earlier, but welcome. Sleeping in an alcove like 7 of 9, exactly. So that's the double feature for Monday, starting at 8 Central, 9 Eastern. Then Tuesday, of course, we are at the penultimate episode of Twin Peaks, the return of really Twin Peaks, period. The second to the last episode. The last 2 episodes are biggies. So hopefully you can join us for Live from Sparkwood in 21, 7:30 Central, 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern on Deleted Scenes channel, followed immediately after by the next episode of Blake 7, which is Seek, Locate, Destroy, where a new villain will be introduced.
And Geek Flavor Nate says, Deleted Scenes was secretly built by Elon Musk.
Yeah, I could actually believe that. Yeah, that would actually make a lot of sense. And dollars, probably. So that's Tuesday. Thursday, we're just talking about that.
We are going to have special guest Tom Conkle. We're going to not only get an update for Island in the Stars, but we will be having the the giveaway for Trouble Is My Business. It's a signed copy from Tom Conkle. Because, we're good friends, so I managed to get one. And I'm going to pass that on to you, because, of course, Troy and I have a copy that it's autographed.
We've actually got multiple
us.
Copies. We've gotten it in every... We got DVD, we got Blu-ray.
We have a DVD and a Blu-ray that he signed. I think he signed the DVD too. I know he signed the Blu-ray for personalizing it to us. Plus, we have Wait, is this a Blu-ray or is this... Oh, yeah, it's Blu-ray.
Yeah.
So it's a Blu-ray of Trouble Is My Business, and the inscription says, yours in hard-boiled fun, Tom Conkle.
That's awesome.
So we are going to be giving that away to one lucky person, and that's for me, at least getting to this point to be monetized. Then once I am actually monetized, I will have a special stream, and I will be doing more giveaways, because y'all, like I said, I couldn't have done this without you. You guys are totally Osmo. You're so amazing. Like I said, I don't even have the words. And of course, we have other people that are also trying to be monetized. So Curtis Selby, I put his channel in, I almost said tied. What do you call that? Not clipped, pinned yes. To the top of the chat. So you can go there, you can start watching his videos. I actually already did that. I went there and I hit play all, and now I'm starting to watch all of his so he can get some extra watch hours. And let's see how quickly we can get him monetized. So, yeah, I'm really excited about that. And then, of course, for John, he says he's 132 watch hours away, so same thing. Go to John Doe Juggalo's channel and open a separate tab, and let's see about getting him monetized as well. And hello, Joshua.
And I want to real quick say hi to, we had already said hi to Sashi, but he was saying he's still alive despite an encounter with an 18-wheeler.
Wow.
As a result, he is disillusioned by Japanese anime. He wasn't transported to another world with cool powers and abilities. Yeah, you've been reading too much isekai. See, I know what that is. I'm not even into anime, and I know what isekai is. I'm learning stuff.
Space Fraggle says, Netroid 2024. It's the only way to be sure.
Well, you know.
I don't know. Troy knows more about politics than a lot of those guys out there that claim to be
I'll be honest with you. I think that the best politician is, you know what? Maybe the week of election week, maybe we should consider watching the movie Dave. That would be a good one. And what was the other one? Maybe Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. Yeah, that might be what we watched during the election week.
All right, hold on. Curtis, I just made you a mod, so you can drop a link for. I think you wanted to drop one for John's
Yeah,
channel. Feel free. In
absolutely.
fact, if you put another comment in, you should see it's your blue. Geek Flag Grenade says, I just watched Batman Ninja anime today. It was the dumbest thing I'd seen in my entire life. They screwed it up with the giant robots.
I have obviously haven't watched that, but I did see a video that Sasha over at Casually Comics did. She's really good at being. Netter would be a great first lady. I can hear her yelling at the White House already. Everyone, shut up and sit out. Yeah, exactly, exactly. She's very good at being diplomatic, and she, even if she doesn't like something, she's able to put herself in the mindset of what the audience for an intended thing is, and evaluate it based on that. So she understands anime pretty well. So she was able to project that onto the so she's like, yeah, it may not be. How does she put it? Mileage may vary, she says, depending on what kind of a Batman fan you are and what kind of an anime fan you are. But I don't know what to say about that. I'm kind of a purist when it comes to a lot of this stuff, so, you know.
Yes, and John definitely needs watch hours. He actually sent me a snip of what he needs. He has 2,868 public watch hours out of 3,000. So it's like we can definitely get him there pretty quick.
I will say, Isashi is basically making the point, and I don't even know where the saying comes from, but it's absolutely true. A great leader doesn't seek greatness, he has it thrust upon him. Our founding fathers never really intended, the idea of the lifetime politician. They saw it as a civic duty that you went and did it and got out. You contributed and you ended that. Unfortunately, power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely. And so we have a whole class of people that have become, the ruling class now. And that's a real problem that our Constitution, was never intended for. But, if I was going to point to one politician right now that I think totally fits that, I would say it's Robert Kennedy Jr. He ran for president because he saw some serious issues that he felt needed to be addressed, and he felt he was in the right position to do it. And then he ran afoul of the machine. His own party, I'm going to say Bernie Sandered him, and he realized the level of corruption. Yes, exactly. They brought that up in an episode of Next Gen. Worf and Martok talked about that. Anyway, but he had no problem when he saw that he was getting his message out, which was what was most important to him. But he had no chance really of winning the presidency. And he said, you know what? I'm going to back the one that I think has the best, has the best chance of doing what I want. Went and talked to him and said, you know what? Hell, I'll even join up with you. Give me a cabinet and let me work on food freedom and making America healthy again, and addressing the things that our Food and Drug Administration are doing that the rest of the world is looking at us and mocking us for. The things they're putting in our food that have been outlawed in other countries because they're not foods.
Well, okay. I now have one tab open for Curtis Selby. I have another tab open for John Doe. So I'm just doing the play all thing to help you all get your watch hours.
There you go. There you go. Okay, I'm going to stop my political ranting. I'm going to stop yelling about toys. I'm going to stop bitching about streaming. I'm done.
Okay. So y'all know what's coming up already. Remember to stay right here and you'll be redirected to Deleted Scenes channel for his weekend update. You said you're done, so I'm not going to ask you if you have any final words because you said you were done. And with that said, we can talk amongst ourselves, and that's all well good and fun, but it is so much more fun when you guys are joining us here in the chat. You're dropping comments, questions, trivia, being goofy, whatever it may be, and then we find out some like interesting little, trivia and tidbits about y'all, and that's great. Space for Echo said Troy's a pissed man.
Yeah, I'm passionate. I'm passionate.
Make America healthy again. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, Troy will get on rants, and it's like, yeah. Anyway, excuse me. Where was I?
We can talk amongst ourselves.
Yes, we can talk amongst ourselves. Okay. Anyway, it doesn't feel like we are separated by miles or continents. It feels like we are hanging out in our family room. We're sharing that bowl of popcorn. We're having a really great time, just enjoying each other's company. And you guys, you're not just friends. You are family. We love you guys, and we appreciate you so very much. And I know that I say this outro at the end of every stream, and I'm not just saying it by rote, how people will say the same thing all the time just to say it. I mean it when I say that you guys are family, and I mean it when I say that we love you guys. We can't do this without you. I mean, we could, but it would be really boring. The way that you all support us, and so many different ways. It can be that thumbs up. It can be dropping the comments. For those who are monetized, and hopefully I will be soon, doing the super chats, super stickers, memberships, buying us a drink, whatever it may be, sharing out the stream. Every little bit means so much and helps our channel so much. And I said, we don't do this for us. We do this for you. We want our channels to be the best that they can be for you. We want you to come back. We want you to enjoy yourselves and go, oh yeah, I can't wait till next week when they're going to be talking about da-da-da-da, or tomorrow when they're going to be talking about da-da-da-da. Like I know y'all are looking forward to being over on Last Call tomorrow when Troy's going to be making a fool of himself. Excuse me, making a fool of himself drinking. What are you going to be drinking?
I don't know, but I don't need to drink to make a fool of myself. I just do it.
No, we decided that he can only have one brown mumbler. Two is way too
Yeah, I was pretty schnockered last week.
Yeah, it was bad. Yeah, every little bit helps. Seeing you guys in our streams is so encouraging. I mean, just seeing you guys here. And if you're not here, we miss you. Like Lady Myst was missing from the last one, and we were like, "Where's Lady Myst? Is she okay?" So, yeah, we do miss you if you're not here. We do notice when you're not with us. So, just like family, we would miss you if you weren't here. So thank you all for being here. Thank you for your support. Thank you. Just a huge thank you. Like I said, those words don't seem to be enough or express enough. They're the only words I've got besides I appreciate you. And you guys are so Osmo. That's probably the best word I can use. You guys are Osmo. That says it all.
Yep.
So thank you again for everything. You guys, like I said, you're Osmo. Stay right here to be redirected to Deleted Scenes channel. And until next time.